everybody, it's me. Yeah, well, I thought I'd better do a video because I haven't done one for a couple of weeks and I've been catching up on other people's videos, and the main reason for this is I've not been very well. I've had a chest infection and I also fractured some cartilage in my right knee, the one that I injured earlier this year. So I've been off my feet a bit, I've been feeling awful and just generally not been very good. So I thought I'd just do a quick kind of catch-up video really. Yes, you may have noticed something different and you would have probably noticed it in my last video. I've had my hair cut. And the story about this is quite interesting. Mainly because I was sitting in my friend's barber shop. She's a very good barber. She's a very punky Welsh lady and she's great. I think she's brilliant. Anyway, we were sitting chatting in her shop and it was quiet. And she said to me, "Shall I just trim your hair up for you?" Now, bearing in mind my hair had kind of gone from being quite long to chin length. And I said, "Yeah, go on then, just take the dry ends off." And she started cutting and cutting and cutting some more. And then I was left with about that much red in my hair. And I just said to her, "Do you know what? Just cut the lot off." I contemplated having an asymmetric cut, sort of longer one side than the other, as I thought that would probably look quite nice. But obviously with having the red in it still on the ends, it just didn't look right. So I wanted to go for the whole thing. And I did. I just said, "Just cut it off." And she did. And she's done a fabulous job of it. Honestly would say it's the best haircut I've had. It's a bit messy at the moment because I've not really styled it, but you know, it's okay. It doesn't really need styling. I don't have to brush it or anything. I just get up in the morning and kind of just run my hands through it and that's it. And it's great. And I can kind of, you know, spike it up a bit if I want to, or kind of, you know, do it a bit kind of more 80s style, or brush it forward or whatever. So I'm quite pleased with it. What I'm also pleased with is the colour. Now, this is my natural colour. I am fortunate, I'm staying on the positives here, that I have gone grey, which means that I don't have to dye my hair grey, because a lot of people dye their hair grey in the moment, and there's a lot of pastel shades out there at the moment which are really quite nice, but I don't have to dye my hair that colour because it already is that colour. It's already kind of like a steel, silvery steel kind of grey. Since having it cut, I have had lots of people compliment me on it. I've not had one person who said it looks horrible. The majority of people have said it looks great. I've had one or two people say we prefer long hair, but you know, that's okay. That's personal preference. I've had so many people say it's taken years off me. It's lots of really nice compliments, and to be honest, I've not been used to getting those compliments, so it's been quite something for me to kind of deal with. I don't do compliments. I can give compliments, and I like giving compliments to people, but I don't take them very well, which is a pretty bad thing, I suppose. But anyway, so I'm not here fishing for compliments at all. I'm just, you know, showing my new do off, because it's important to feel good in yourself, I think. And sometimes, to be honest, since I've had my hair cut, I've felt a whole lot better about myself, in myself. As quite a few of you know, I do live with depression, and it isn't an easy thing to live with. I have been very, very, very low. Quite recently, I've been very, very, very low. And I had to increase my antidepressants, which, you know, it's not, I don't feel good about doing that. I feel that I'm kind of reliant on them as a crutch kind of thing, but I needed to do something because my mental health was really suffering. So I did, and I was kind of in this kind of in-between period where I felt terrible, really low, quite bad, and feeling quite okay. And it's been this kind of push-pull thing with it for a while. Now, I know the few other my friends on here also, and one thing I did a week on Facebook where every day I put 3 things that I was grateful for in a week. And I did 7 days, Monday to Sunday, or Monday to Monday, or whatever. Anyway, I did 7 days of this, and I was feeling really crappy the first day that I did it. I was really, really bad. And I put 3 things up that I was grateful for. Now, when you're doing something like gratitude and you're putting gratitude out there, when you're in that depressed state, that state of no feeling, that state of it's more than despair, it's an emptiness, it's a hollowness, it's something that cannot be described unless you have been there. Really, I don't see anyone has a comment on it. It's a very dark place. It can be a very safe place, because when you're down and you're at the bottom, how I describe it, when you're down, it's like being at the bottom of a well, and you can see things going on above you, and that's all bright and sunny, or, you know, happy. But you're down the bottom of this well, and this well is quite dark and damp and empty, and you're on your own with it. As anyone who suffers with depression knows that they are on their own with it. You truly are on your own with it. And being at the bottom of this well and seeing everything going on around you, you can be happy for other people, but inside you're hollow and empty. And things that happen in your life bring brief spells of comfort. Now, with this past few weeks, I've been able to kind of turn this around a little bit by doing things like my gratitude posts on Facebook, and then kind of taking that on board, trying to do, even if it's just, even though I've been very ill over the last couple of weeks, doing just something each day towards a goal. And it's something that Carol Ann has stated in her videos, that she sees doing her videos as a means of kind of having goals and setting little goals. I wondered if I could do something similar, not because I want to copy what Carol Ann's doing, because, you know, I don't. You know, Carol Ann's videos are great, and if you want to check her out, check out Daily Drastic on YouTube. But yeah, setting little goals to kind of go, right, okay, each day I will try and do this, and each day try and just set myself a little bit of something. The problem that I've had is I've been so busy as well. I've been really depressed, and I have been so busy. I mean, I've had 2 parts in 2 different films. One was at the last minute, literally 2 days, 3 days before. Can you come and do this bit? Here's the script. Okay, go on then, I'll do it. And another one was obviously the one where I got covered in gore and blood and stuff, which is going to be quite good when that comes out, let me tell you. I've been singing a lot. I had been doing lots of gigs. I've been working a lot. So I was doing my Weight Watchers work. And I think literally what's happened is I've got to this point where I've just come to an absolute stop. And being ill has forced me to stop doing everything. Because like I said, I not only fell over and fractured some cartilage in my knee, which is thankfully healing, but I also came down with the most horrendous cold and chest infection, which just wiped me out. And on top of that, it has increased the tinnitus in my left ear, and I believe I've lost some hearing as well, because that seems to have dropped as well. My hearing level seems to have dropped, probably because of the infection. And it also set off my Meniere's, which means that I've been giddy as well and everything else. So I've had a I wouldn't say really tough time over the last couple of weeks, because I have been able to get up and feed myself and do day-to-day stuff around the house and stuff, do little bits of things, but it has wiped me out physically and emotionally. It has wiped me out. So I've needed to have this time off basically from everything. That included my YouTube channel, and it's included singing. I've had time off from singing. I've had, I've not done any singing. I've done no acting. I've done no work. I've been signed off work for 2 weeks, and I've just been playing catch up with myself basically. And that has been such a valuable thing. I think what we forget when we have things like holidays or we have breaks from our routine is we forget that what we need to do is stop and just literally have time doing nothing. So what I've been doing is I've been catching up on some DVDs that I wanted to watch. I've been watching some interesting stuff on YouTube, catching up with everybody's YouTube videos, because I've felt like doing nothing else really. I've literally felt so ill. I've had to sit with my leg elevated to let the swelling go down in my knee, and just generally, bleh, So yeah, so I wanted to just talk about those kinds of things really. Yeah, so if you do suffer with depression, if you live with depression, by all means leave a comment. I'm always interested in finding different ways to tackle it and different ways to kind of get through it. As I said, I don't like taking medication, but I take it because I know how bad I feel if I don't. I recognised last year that I was getting the symptoms of depression. I was starting to feel a particular way, and I knew it wasn't good, so I went to my GP and talked to them about it and said, look, I need to do something about this. So yeah, so there's lots of positive steps forward. And I'd also like to say thank you to Kathy for the Orphea 333 for her jewellery, which I won in a competition, which I also did a couple of videos ago. Kathy, this is, these bone earrings are ace. And the one beauty with my hair being short is I can wear big dangly earrings and everyone can see them. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Again, that was not sent to me because I asked for it. I won a competition, which was just at random, and I was randomly selected. So that was quite nice. I've had a few things happen to me over the last few weeks, and not least of which is a slight change of image, but that's good. I think I'm always a believer in moving forward. Sometimes you have to have those changes, and those changes can have a dramatic effect on you and on your life. So I think I'm going to leave this here. Like I said, it's just been a bit of a ramble really, which Wyldwychs Ramblings is. It's a rambling. So I've just had a bit of a ramble here. So I'm going to leave this one here, and I will hopefully see you soon. And hopefully I'll have a different video to make for you, and something interesting. So I'll have a think about it. If you've got any suggestions, or if you've got any questions you want to ask me, put them in the link below. If there's anything you want to know about me, why not? Let's just open it up. A few people have been doing this recently. The Celtic Goth has been doing it, a couple of other people too. Questions and answers. Why not do a questions and answers, okay? So yeah, put your questions down below, and I'll do a video on it. Why not? It's the end of the year. We're getting ready for next year, for 2017, and whatever that's going to bring. So let's wait and see, yeah? So it's been good to talk to you anyway, and yeah, have a good one. I'd like to sign off by just saying thank you for being my subscribers. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching my videos. I really hope that it's helped in some way. If this video has helped you in some way, that if you are suffering from depression, then let me know. I'd like to know it, because I think it's important that if we're making steps forward in our lives, that we acknowledge that.